Is the company investing in or propping up the AI ecosystem? Christina Partsenevelis, she has more in today's Tech Check.
Yes, to your point, Nvidia has poured billions of dollars into every layer of the AI infrastructure stack just over the last 4 months. Not just with purchase orders, but with equity stakes in its own partners. The latest is IREN, a deal that gives Nvidia the right to invest up to a little bit over $2 billion in the data center operator, plus a separate $3.4 billion contract where Nvidia leases GPU cloud services right back. You can see IREN shares are up about 7% right now. That follows equity positions in CoreWeave, Coherent, Lumentum, Marvell, Nebius, and Corning, all just within the last 4 months. The NeoCloud deals have raised the most questions, though. Nvidia investing in companies that turn around and buy its chips or lease it back. But I spoke to Jordan Klein at Mizuho, and he argues they solve a real problem. Microsoft, Meta, and others cannot build fast enough to meet accelerating token demand. And this is according to him. He says the NeoClouds have available power and data center capacity that just hyperscalers don't. Still, the risk is quite real. Ben Baharin at Creative Strategies puts it this way. If the cycle turns, the market will start questioning how much of that demand was organic versus supported by Nvidia's own balance sheet. On the last earnings call for Nvidia, CEO Jensen Huang said it plainly. Nvidia's investments are focused on, quote, expanding and deepening our ecosystem reach. Investors will definitely get their next chance to pressure test that on May 20th when earnings come out.
Impressive, although, or perhaps necessary. Meantime, Intel getting some big news. More headlines about this possible Apple partnership.
Yeah, so the latest headline from the Wall Street Journal is saying that Apple and Intel have actually entered into an agreement for Intel to make chips for Apple. However, we don't know how big the deal is. We don't know what kind of chips it could be, for computers, Mac, iPhone. If it was for the iPhone, that would be a huge win for Intel's foundry business because that's normally Taiwan Semi's world. They are the ones that make all of the Apple Mac, iPhone chips, I should say. So this is another big mover for Intel. We heard earlier in the week that these talks are ongoing. This has actually been a rumor for quite some time. Investors buy side across the street, Wall Street, just expect this to come out. I reached out to Intel. They told me that they're not commenting on rumors right now, but you can see the reaction. This would be a huge win for the foundry business, especially under CEO Lip-Bu Tan, who's been trying to turn things around. And for those that are wondering, the government got in at $20.47 a share. It's a paper gain, right? Yeah, they haven't sold out of that. But it's quite a substantial gain from where they got in.
And
now
here we are.
$125.
But let's talk about this first name, absolutely not tied to farming in any way, shape, or form. But it is the day we are all waiting for on May 20, NVIDIA's earnings. NVIDIA's your first pick, Tim. So take us through this one and what your expectations are here.
Yeah, so, this is one obviously was the darling, for literally years. And then really, going back to kind of last fall, it's just kind of been in sideways chop mode. I just think it was one of those ones that really kind of got ahead of itself. It was, I remember the last, year and a half before that, it was like all anybody talked about or even traded was Nvidia. And, it happens. I mean, it's not an indictment of the business or the idea. It's just at some point, these stocks have to digest and consolidate for the next break. And, we're looking at that right now, broke out to new 52-week highs. Now, I do say this, I did send this idea over at 7 a.m. this morning. I didn't know there was going to be a 2% move at the market open, but I think it kind of proves that the idea was sound this morning. I still think it's sound this afternoon, and I'm happy to finally see it break out of that range.
Yeah, I mean, as we see the technicals up behind us, we can see, that consolidated range that Tim was just talking about. But as he just mentioned, also touching a record high today.
Yes. So the range is pretty clear. It's pretty easy to see that around, 165, 170, we formed a very consistent low point. But it was also combined with this ceiling that we had near about 195. So now, after we had this initial breakout area that took us all the way up to about 212 or so, we can see that we pushed above it recently. We failed. We retreated back to 195. But now, just very slightly edging above that initial high that we saw a few weeks ago here. So really an interesting situation here as we approach the end of this trading week. Will we see a further breakout? We're holding on above the support right now after our pullback. We saw the ceiling of our old range. The former resistance became supportive then. Now we're getting a bounce and making new highs. So really, this is the kind of thing that would really make a lot of traders kind of sit up and take notice for this potential breakout activity. So our short-term downtrend in blue was broken. Our white-term uptrend is still in play. It lines up roughly with our dark blue 5-day EMA near about 209, so that could be a breakdown point if things do retreat here. Notice that our RSI red trend line has been broken, green trend line now in play. We would, if you were bullish, you would want to see a crossover above that 70 threshold that represents the overbought area. So that would be typically regarded as a sign of further strength to come in a trending market. Volume, obviously, it kind of matches up with our range-bound area. Our point of control coming in here near about 181. Smaller pockets here during this consolidative phase near about 195, 198 or so, and then another very small node here near about 210. So those could be some levels to watch out for as well.
Yeah, and a nice pop in Nvidia today, still up about 2%. We're right at about 215 right now, about $2 off of those record highs that we saw earlier.
The stock of Nvidia increased once more on Friday, continuing a trend that has already driven the company to a new all-time high. Intraday on Friday, Nvidia reached new highs between around 216.8 and 217.7 before declining back toward the $215.80 mark. Every significant leg up is followed by a familiar discussion that has been rekindled by the most recent rally. Is it time to lock in gains, or is this still a buy? Wall Street's response is still predominantly bullish, although bears are easy to spot due to the stock's size, value, and rate of growth. What is behind today's movement in Nvidia stock? Nvidia's recent collaboration with IRN, the data center operator constructing a sizable AI infrastructure footprint, is the immediate catalyst. In addition to the two firms' goal of deploying up to 5 gigawatts of AI infrastructure, Nvidia intends to invest up to $2.1 billion in IRN through a 5-year option to purchase up to 30 million shares at a price of $70 each. In typical Nvidia form, Jensen Huang described the agreement as AI factories are becoming foundational infrastructure for the global economy. The main takeaway is that the development of AI is still expanding rather than contracting. The idea that hyperscalers and infrastructure firms are still making significant investments in compute has been strengthened by AMD's optimistic forecast this week and the most recent increases in chip stocks. The bull case is still very much in control. According to MarketBeat data, 54 analysts are covering Nvidia, with 48 buys, 4 strong buys, and only 2 holds. The street is still overwhelmingly positive. The high aim is $400, while the average 12-month target is $275.25, suggesting a 27.7% increase from present levels. A structural argument rather than merely a cyclical one is being made by some of the more optimistic voices. Vivek Arya of Bank of America stated that given that the majority of ecosystem investments may be almost finished, Nvidia may refocus its focus to shareholder returns. The change may assist close the value gap and increase the stock's investor base. Pierre Ferragu of New Street Research has been even more assertive, claiming that Nvidia has increased orders by $500 billion since October and is currently on a run rate of more than $1 trillion per year for orders today. Why some investors are trimming into strength. The cautionary argument is that Nvidia's stock has already priced in a significant amount of strength, not that the company's business is bad, because they were concerned that Nvidia was investing in growing the AI ecosystem rather than giving shareholders more money. Investors overlooked the company's impressive February performance. This is precisely why the shareholder return thesis of Bank of America has been so successful. It provides the bulls with a new rationale that goes beyond simple growth in earnings. Technically speaking, the chip market has advanced significantly without Nvidia keeping up. Thus far this year, AMD has surpassed Nvidia, and the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index has also experienced a significant increase. Partial profit-taking is therefore a sensible method of risk management for investors who already have significant gains. Owning the stock and purchasing weakness is still a stronger argument for long-term investors than chasing every new high. Nvidia's stock will probably be selling at some of the lowest valuations in recent memory when it releases its most recent earnings on May 20th. In a fresh note on Friday, Goldman Sachs analyst James Schneider noted that Nvidia's stock is currently selling 10 times below its 3-year median price-to-earnings ratio of 32x. In comparison to past levels, he continued, the stock is currently trading at a sharper discount to peers. What's going on with Nvidia's stock? As investors struggle with artificial intelligence fatigue and changing market dynamics, Nvidia's once Teflon stock has recently entered a period of relative stagnation, falling behind the larger tech indices. Major clients, such as Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, Trainium Inferentia, have greatly increased the deployment of their own proprietary AI silicon. A long-term peak in demand for Nvidia's high-margin H200 and Blackwell chips is starting to be indicated by this insourcing trend. So far this year, Nvidia's stock has risen 13%, underperforming both Advanced Micro Devices' 90% gain and Intel's 197% gain. Goldman Sachs remains optimistic. Schneider reaffirmed his buy rating and $250 price target for Nvidia. However, he increased his earnings per share projection by 12% on average. Schneider clarified, "We anticipate investors to concentrate on 1. The extent of upside to Nvidia's $1 trillion data center guidance at GTC, 2. Potential upside from agentic AI to the server CPU business, 3. Competitive dynamics, and 4. Gross margin outlook given rising input costs. Given good industry supply and demand data, we anticipate a beat and raise quarter. Nonetheless, we think the bar for stock outperformance is somewhat high going into the print. We think the stock's multiple can re-rate if we see evidence of 1. Improving profitability metrics at hyperscalers that support sustained spending growth, 2. Proliferation of agentic AI signaling broader enterprise adoption, and 3. More visibility into deployments at non-traditional customers, even though the stock has lagged peers and currently trades at a significant discount relative to history. In summary, given Nvidia's dominant position in the AI boom, it is nearly hard to wager against the company. However, this does not imply that CEO Jensen Huang can submit it on the day of earnings. On May 20th, the street wants to be amazed. If not, anticipate a decrease in the price of the stock. In terms of market value, chipmaker Nvidia is the biggest publicly traded corporation globally. At a peak of $5.26 trillion on April 27th, it is also the biggest publicly traded business in history. Right now, it stands at $517 trillion. Nvidia swiftly attained that astounding valuation. The market capitalization of the company has increased by more than 1,300% in the last 5 years, and more than 80% in the last year alone. Is it too late to think about purchasing Nvidia stock now, considering all that growth? Nvidia has a formula that works. It's reasonable to believe that you've already overlooked Nvidia. However, it's also important to keep in mind that the first business to surpass prior trillion-dollar valuation benchmarks has so far seen more share price success. For instance, investors wondered how much higher Apple's price could go when it became the first American corporation to reach a $1 trillion valuation in 2018. 2 years later, in 2020, when Apple became the first business to be valued at $2 trillion, they posed the question once more. In 2022, when Apple became the first business to reach $3 trillion, they asked it once more. It is currently valued at $4.24 trillion, making it a tremendous success. Nvidia became the first American firm valued at $4 trillion less than a year ago. But there's a good reason for that. Over the past 3 years, its revenue has increased by more than 250%. During the same period, Nvidia's free cash flow increased by more than 200%, and its net income increased by more than 300%. Nvidia's stock is currently selling at one of its lowest valuations over the previous 5 years on a number of valuation metrics, such as price to earnings and price to sales. On May 20th, Nvidia will release its Q1 earnings, and analysts anticipate another spectacular performance and robust forecast. However, Nvidia shares have recently responded poorly to even excellent earnings announcements, so a buying opportunity might soon arise. In any event, Nvidia still appears to be a long-term investment worth making, even at $517 trillion. After announcing an agreement and strategic alliance with AI chip giant Nvidia, IREN, a former Bitcoin miner that transformed into an AI data center firm, achieved a significant victory today. IREN will use up to 5 gigawatts of Nvidia's DSX-branded infrastructure to execute AI workloads throughout its worldwide data center footprint as part of the cooperation. Additionally, IREN will grant Nvidia the option to purchase up to 30 million shares at a strike price of $70 over the course of the following 5 years, allowing Nvidia to acquire a total of $2.1 billion in the company. IREN also said last night that Nvidia will use the Australian startup as a cloud provider for its own AI workloads. For this $3.4 billion transaction over the next 5 years, IREN will make use of Nvidia's Blackwell systems in its Childress, Texas facility. Shares of IREN were up about 9% as of 10:57 a.m. ET. Here are some additional details investors should be aware of regarding this transaction. There is a lot going on in this transaction, but it appears to be a circular financing arrangement similar to what Nvidia has done with other data center and AI startups. IREN will distribute Nvidia's server and chip infrastructure throughout its network and give Nvidia the option, but not the responsibility, to buy a portion of the business. In addition, Nvidia is paying IREN $3.4 billion to utilize data center space over the following 5 years. The good news for IREN is that this collaboration strengthens the company's position inside the AI ecosystem, which is crucial given that it was formerly a Bitcoin miner. IREN now has 2 extremely reputable clients thanks to a $9.7 billion contract it previously struck with Microsoft. Compass Point analyst Michael Donovan stated in a research note that the agreement further confirms IREN's capacity to profitably monetize air-cooled infrastructure with a critical AI client at scale. Strong upside from the stock's current level, just above $62 per share, is suggested by his buy rating and $105 price target. The data center industry can be challenging. Because they are required to fuel AI solutions and apps, these businesses are, on the one hand, effectively direct wagers on the expansion of the AI industry. However, the industry requires a lot of capital, and many of these businesses are highly indebted and have high valuations. IREN's debt-to-equity ratio as of its most recent quarter is 1.56, which is high but not yet concerning. IREN still reports significant losses, though, and its most recent quarter's sales actually decreased from the prior quarter. In the meantime, the stock is trading at 21.3 times forward revenue and 118 times forward earnings. Even though I can see how prices might not be as important when attempting to measure the future growth of AI, I still believe investors should exercise caution. Although I wouldn't consider it an outsized investment in your portfolio, I do believe that some exposure to data centers is acceptable. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.